Today's video. Hey guys, Super Bro Mike here, and in today's video, we explore the lore of each and every monster found in Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. The third installment in Toy Terror from developer Mob Entertainment introduced us to monstrous creations of Playtime Co., both new and old, and this video will take an in-depth look at each of these abominable experiments one by one. So sit back, relax, and let's run down a list of the horrors awaiting us in the darkest recesses of the Playcare. Huggy Wuggy was once a beloved mascot of Playtime Co., the poster child for the company. We first encountered Huggy during the events of Chapter 1, where we met him standing in the factory lobby before eventually being stalked throughout the facility. Huggy was created in 1984 and became the company's biggest success story to date. Later, when the scientists at Playtime Co. began using human test subjects to create living toys as part of the Bigger Bodies initiative, a living version of Huggy Wuggy was born. Like the other toy experiments, this living version of Huggy became influenced by the mysterious entity known as the Prototype, and went on a kill-crazy rampage during the Hour of Joy, where the toys eventually turned on their human creators. In fact, we also learned from a VHS tape released on the Mob Entertainment YouTube account that Huggy Wuggy escaped the Playtime factory on June 18th, 1992, killing several members of Playtime in the process. Huggy was retrieved standing outside a house in a suburban neighborhood. It has been theorized that this was where the child now trapped inside this bigger body once lived. Huggy, under instructions from the Prototype, initially helps our protagonist, providing them with a key that helps them gain entry into the depths of the factory. By the chapter's conclusion, Huggy gives chase and hunts the player through the claustrophobic confines of the ventilation system. We are able to narrowly escape and use a storage container to knock Huggy from a walkway, sending the Blue Terror tumbling to his death shortly after. While we do not encounter Huggy in Chapter 2, we do happen upon a wall covered in blood and his signature blue fur. This suggesting that either Huggy survived his fall and managed to crawl into this vent to recover, or that the Prototype retrieved Huggy's body and collected him up to assimilate into his being, much in the same way as we saw with Mommy Longlegs. We also encounter mini Huggies during a test sequence in the game station, known as Wacka Wuggy. These also seem to be a living version of Huggy, containing the consciousness of human test subjects, who were once orphan children under the care of the Playtime Company. Now they exist as these little blue mascots with a taste for blood. In Chapter 3, we meet a nightmarish version of Huggy, during a sequence where the player hallucinates after inhaling a large dosage of red smoke. Huggy crawls from the screen of his television and gives chase during a terrifying nightmare sequence. There are also several cutouts of Huggy. One is found in Chapter 2 and the second in Chapter 3. Check them out.
Does someone need a hug? Give me a big squeeze. I promise I won't bite. Come closer, friend. I'll squeeze you until you... Hug a day keeps the monsters away. 2 hugs a day is better in every way. Hugging forever. Hugs are non-stop. I'm gonna hug you until you pop.
Whether the real Huggy lives on or not is up for debate, but what do you think? Kissy Missy is a feminine version of Huggy Wuggy, with pink fur rather than blue and big batting eyelashes. However, unlike Huggy, Kissy is an ally to our protagonist, thanks to Poppy, who ensures she does not attack our hapless hero.
No! Let go! They didn't do anything wrong! We're actually here to help.
It also seems that Poppy and Kissy are friends, and connected in some way. Perhaps they were once friends as children before becoming part of a bigger body experiment program. Kissy did, at one point in time, appear to be under the control of the prototype. During the Hour of Joy and in this VHS labelled Restricted, dated August 8, 1995, we witnessed Kissy attacking Playtime co-workers who were transporting her on a cargo train below the factory. An attack that took place during the Hour of Joy. It seems with Kissy now under the influence of Poppy, the two are working together to try and stop the prototype once and for all. It is unclear why she is no longer bound to serve the prototype, but maybe Poppy simply had a kind and calming influence over the poor creature. We first encounter Kissy on this poster during the events of Chapter 1, and then in Chapter 2, discover a cutout of her within the game station, with the following lines of dialogue.
Preparing for departure. 3, 2, 1. Choo-choo!
Later in Chapter 2, we encounter Kissy in person for the first time. She ominously emerges from a corridor in the cart tunnels, but as she approaches, we discover she is non-hostile and helps the player by opening this gate, before disappearing into the darkness once more. Then, in Chapter 3, we find Kissy sitting on a bed within the Home Sweet Home orphanage, where she stares longingly at a picture of a little girl. There are two ways to interpret this particular scene. The first is to assume that the girl in this photograph was an orphan child living within the playcare, one that Kissy had a bond with before the events that went down during the Hour of Joy. Evidence to support this can be seen with childlike drawings of Kissy and a little girl on the wall here. The other way to read this scene is to conclude that the girl in this picture was Kissy, the child she used to be, before being used as part of a bigger body initiative and transformed into this living version of Kissy. There's no way to know for sure, so what do you think? At the end of Chapter 3, Kissy helps Poppy and the protagonist onto an elevated platform, and then pulls a lever to lower them into the depths of the laboratory where the prototype is said to reside. Poppy promises to send the elevator back up for Kissy, but before she can, we hear the sound of Kissy being attacked. However, it is now too late to turn back, and Kissy's fate is left unknown. For now.
We're coming! Just hold on! Come on, go faster!
In the eerie, still halls of the Playtime schoolhouse resides a terrifying teacher known as Miss Delight. A human-sized living doll with a broken face, exposing a fleshy skull beneath. But Miss Delight didn't always look this way. In fact, if we hack outside the game world, we can find an unused character model. This model reveals how Miss Delight originally looked before she was attacked by her sisters, who also acted as teachers at this schoolhouse. We learn about Miss Delight's sisters from both a snippet that plays during the Hour of Joy VHS, where we can see these teachers attacking Playtime co-employees, and from this cutout here.
Hello, students. Find my sisters and I to learn facts across a variety of subjects. Press my button to hear some facts on anatomy.
Miss Delight has a tragic, twisted backstory, relayed to the player via a series of notes that they can collect up while exploring the schoolhouse. These notes explain how after the Hour of Joy, someone or something locked Miss Delight and her sisters inside the school. Slowly, the teachers began to go crazy, isolated from contact with the outside world. They then began to starve. Miss Delight suspected she would be the first to be killed by her sisters as they each began to turn on one another, and she was right. She was savagely attacked, leaving her in a mutilated state. She then crafted a weapon to protect herself, made from string, pens, and a ruler, and named this weapon Barb. From that point on, Mr. Light believed that Barb was speaking to her. She completely snapped, and now took orders from the weapon she crafted in her desperate bid for survival. Barb told her to kill the other teachers and eat them in order to survive starvation, and so she did. Then, one day, the doors of the schoolhouse eventually opened, and there stood Catnap. Mr. Light knew it was he who had sealed them inside, and it is suggested from an audio log that Catnap did this to protect the orphan children of the Playcare.
Please, where are the children? Are they in the same place as the employees?
No.
Are the children safe?
Yes.
Oh, can I see them?
No.
And that was it. That's all he'd tell me. Probably because he knew I'd kill them all.
Now Mr. Light and Catnap work together to carry out the wishes of the prototype, who holds control over both. Mr. Light can only move when we turn away from her or the lights go out. Therefore, after she gives chase, the player must rush away as fast as possible without breaking their line of sight. Eventually, after a lengthy game of cat and mouse, we are able to escape the school and crush Mr. Light under a shutter, bringing her reign of terror to its conclusion. The Smiling Critters were originally designed as a line of plushie toys with scented sprays that fitted into compartments within their zip-up bellies. Each critter contained a different scent, and by pulling the drawstring on their backs, the nozzle in their mouthpiece would spray out a soothing aroma that helped children around the world sleep by night. That is, aside from Catnap, who according to a news report gave children vivid hallucinogenic nightmares, leading to the toy being recalled and scrubbed from all advertisements.
Parents across the country report their children experiencing strange and often violent nightmares. And beside them, their little, grinning Catnap doll. Now, with controversy growing, Playtime Co. has announced the recall of all Catnap toys from the Smiling Critters line. His image cleared from all promotional material.
The Smiling Critters was so popular they even had their own TV show at one point. There were 8 critters in total: Catnap, Dog Day, Hoppy Hopscotch, Bubba Bubbafunt, Bobby Bearhug, Pig Patch, Crafty Corn, and Kickin' Chicken. Each of these characters received their own bigger body living version within Playtime Co.'s secret research laboratory. However, only 2 remain alive during the story that unfolds during Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, Catnap and Dog Day. There are also miniature living versions of the critters who we encountered during the Playhouse segment of our adventure. These tiny minions follow Catnap's every command, hunting down anyone who defies him, branding them as heretics. They crawl from holes in the floor and walls and must be repelled with the flare gun in order to avoid a nasty jump scare. While Catnap patrols for Playcare, hunting down anyone left alive and obeying the prototype's every command, Dog Day defied the prototype and so was captured and imprisoned by Catnap in the holding cells below the Playcare, where the bigger bodies were once contained by Playtime's scientists. We find Dog Day chained up and tortured by Catnap. He explains how the cat now controls the Playcare under the prototype's command, and urges us to leave before it's too late.
You're Pappy's angel. Come to save us. Nothing left to save. Not here. Bird Catnap's home angel. There. A million pairs of eyes are on you now. Watching, waiting, hungry. They want nothing more than to crawl beneath your skin and eat away at you bit by little bit. Fill what feels empty inside themselves. That thing, Catnap, the prototype is his god, and this is what he does to heretics. that very fate. And in return, their fat will try to fight it. The prototype's control. I'm the last of the smiling critters. Listen to me. You need to get out of this place. You need to live. You and Poppy can fix this. End this madness. The torment. Oh no. Oh no. Leave me. Please. Just go. Run!
The mini critters then crawl into Dog Day's body and possess him, using his corpse to chase down the protagonist as they make a mad dash for the exit. While exploring the playcare, we come across many different cardboard cutouts, each one representing a different smiling critter who has a cryptic and sinister story to tell. Take a listen to each and every one and see if you can work out the hidden meaning behind their mysterious dialogue.
I'm Bubba Bubbaphant. Hey, I remember you. An elephant always remembers. Want to know what I remember about you?
Hey, I'm Chicken. Want to go outside and hang out? It's looking pretty bad outside. I've never been outside before. Will you come with me? I'm scared. Here, follow me. I'll step out first.
Piggy, let's eat. Roast beef, delicious. Grilled chicken, down the hatch. Seared elephant, yum. Fried unicorn, Still hungry. Hey, what do you say you and I be friends? I'm Hoppy Hopscotch. Want to try hopping to the moon with me? On three with me. 1, 2, 3. Didn't get very far, did we? Again. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Still didn't make it. Listen, this won't stop until we make it to the moon. 1, 2. No, don't look at your feet. None of that matters. Again. Jump!
Dog Day says, fetch! Go, as far as you can! Why are you just standing there? You can't be here. You can't stay.
Corn, can you help me with my painting? Pass me the blue, please. Thanks. Now, can you give me some red? More red, please. Out? But we can't be out. You're hiding more red from me. I know you are. Give it here!
We briefly touched on catnap earlier in this video, so let's wrap things up by taking a closer look at this ferocious feline. The origins of catnap's bigger body form have been relayed to us both via an exchange with the mysterious child Ollie, as well as via an ARG from Mob Entertainment, which ran ahead of Chapter 3's launch. We learn that the person trapped inside catnap's bigger body was once an orphan child under Playtime's care named Theodore Grambel. Theo formed a close connection with the prototype, who enlisted his help to try and escape the factory. The prototype persuaded Theo to steal a pair of grab packs, with the pair then attempting to flee the facility. Unfortunately, during their escape, Theo was electrocuted while using said grab pack, and was then rescued by the prototype, who returned him to the playcare so his life could be saved by the medical team. Playtime then performed a surgery on the wounded child, using him to bring Catnap to life. Theo, now living on as Catnap, began to worship the prototype like a god, thinking of him as his saviour and carrying out the entity's every wish. We witness this firsthand during this sequence, where we see Catnap worshipping before a giant shrine constructed in the prototype's honour. By listening to an audio log located within the playhouse, we learn that Catnap was neglected by Playtime Co., locked inside a prison cell beneath the playcare, and only allowed out on rare occasions to see the orphan children. Take a listen to this conversation between Catnap and Head of Innovation, Leif Pierre.
Okay, this is Catnap, experiment number 1188. What's his real name again? Okay. Hey, Theo. How you doing, bud? Normally I'd have Dr. Sawyer do this, but he's, out, let's say. So you got me until they find his replacement. First off, congrats. This is officially your 4th year in your new body, and you've made some real progress, pal. I was told that when you and the other smiling critters, Dog Day, Picky Piggy, yada yada yada, were added into Playcare, that you weren't really getting along too well with the kids like everybody else was. But look at you now. The kids love you, and that red smoke. I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it? Is his, voice thingy still broken? Theo, nobody's gonna save you. This prison is where you belong. We'll let you out here and there to go see the kids in Playcare, but your home is here. And as for the prototype, his home is in the labs. This is your life now. Get used to it.
Catnap is able to dispel a substance known as the red smoke from his mouthpiece. This powerful hallucinogen causes those who come into contact with it to fall into a deep sleep, at which point they experience vivid nightmares. The red smoke is essentially a sleeping gas, one used to sedate the orphans at the Playcare by night so they could be taken away for testing by Playtime Co. scientists. At the beginning of Chapter 3, Catnap pulls the protagonist from the burning wreckage of the train they crashed in during the events of Chapter 2, and deposits them down a garbage chute into a trash compactor. As we explore the Playcare, we often catch sight of this terrifying beast, stalking us through its halls. At the end of a chapter, Catnap exposes the player to his red smoke, and then transforms into a series of nightmarish visions. Players must then use the flare gun to identify which Catnap is the real deal, and then shock him by activating steam pipes around the environment. Eventually, we are able to power up a terminal and electrify the hand of our grab pack, using the current to electrocute Catnap, which then sets him on fire. Catnap manages to barely survive, but is badly wounded. At this point, the prototype reaches down from a hatch above and claims Catnap, just as he did Mommy in Chapter 2. It seems Theodore welcomes this union, laying down his life as he welcomes the prototype's embrace of death, dying in the arms of his hero. And with that, we come to the end of this look at each and every monster found within the story of Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it both entertaining and informative. If you did, remember to leave a like, comments down below, and of course subscribe for more horror-related content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.